How are you doing, America? How are you doing, my goddamn Jewies? You know, I hate to even bring this message to you, but I'm going to be stopping because there's a lot of important people that have information in my field right now, including Lord Jacob Rothschild, my biological father, Beth Rothschild, who's my half-sister. I've got Elon Musk in my field, who's my half-brother. And I'm going to be stopping to talk to them so that I make sure that I get every goddamn detail right to the American people. And I want you to understand the order, because I've never lied to you. I've only offered a helping hand to the American people. But your government wishes to, literally, your government is digging your graves so that I might facilitate your execution. Let me say that again. Your government is digging your graves so that I might facilitate your execution, Americans. They know who I am. They get a briefing on me every day. I'm the Messiah. I am the angel of death. My first request was that I be given, that the CIA open the door and give me a path to run for president. In response, the CIA has used nanotechnology and they've used frequency-based weapons against me 150 times or more. The gold at Fort Knox was left for safekeeping to the United States government for the Messiah's return. The gold belonged to King Solomon initially. In an earlier video, I told you that I had an agreement with Beth Rothschild and Andrew de Rothschild in regard to the forgiveness of the United States debt. I told you that. What did I tell you in later videos? I told you I am the House of Rothschild, that I would tell them to get the money off the roof, that we would not be paying that debt. That's exactly what I told the American people. I then told you that I would open up the storehouse of God, which is Fort Knox, the money left to the Messiah, who's me. The money that the CIA is preventing me from having, which was never part of the goddamn agreement, CIA. You know that. When I opened, the offer that I made to the American people was contingent that you guys, that I be elected and that you agree to follow me through the wilderness for 40 years, the Gentiles. I agreed to clear your debt with the House of Rothschild, which I would still honor that today. If I'm elected, I will still honor that, but they're not going to give me a path. Secondly, I said that I would open up the storehouse of God and I would buy you out from bondage, because you still owe a debt to China and to Saudi Arabia, and there's several small subsidiaries that are out there. But I would buy your goddamn debt to free you from bondage, America. That's what I told you. And I'm a man of my word. I'm an honorable man. That's exactly what I would do. Now, I'm here to bring about new things. I want you to understand, the United States government does not wish to see new things. The United States government has thrived under a Luciferian system. They have thrived under a debt-based system that puts the American people in bondage, but also has put the rest of the world under duress and bondage. So they don't wish to see anything change, because the people in power have become extremely wealthy in America. So they don't wish to see the American people uplifted. They don't wish to see you from bondage. They wish to see you suffer under bondage. Now we're at the point, I'm requesting safe passage back to Israel. My work here is done as far as I'm concerned. Part of prophecy, I must return to Israel, or Israel, because Israel is a state of mind carried by the Canaanite Jew, in the heart and the mind of the Canaanite Jew. So I either have to return to Israel to gather my flock, or my flock must return to me. Either fucking or works, but Israel must return to the goddamn Messiah, or the Messiah must return to Israel, however the fuck you want to look at it. Inky's talking to me right now, and he said he wants me to tell the American people I have tried every avenue forward and been blocked. I have tried everything within my means not to render judgment on the American people. You are my people, ultimately. I was raised by Gentiles. I wish to buy you out of bondage, but the United States government will not allow that to happen. They will not give me a path forward. They will not open a door to me to run for president. I'll mollywop the floor with any fucking body that runs against me. They better not even give me a goddamn side eye or a little stank face, because I will obliterate them. I've told you our government is full of Baal worshippers, Baphomet worshippers, and Moloch worshippers. American people, I'm going to tell you exactly what they want to do. They can't sacrifice me because touch not my anointed. Though they try, they use frequency weapons and nano-based technology because the prophecy, the way it works is a prophet's blood touches the soil of a land, that land is obliterated. So they're trying to kill me by not dropping my blood on the soil. But ultimately what they're hoping to do, America, is draw this out. And they wish to sacrifice the American people to Baphomet. They wish to make a mass sacrifice of the American people to prolong America. Now, I told you, if they don't want to give me my goddamn gold, America will fall under judgment because you have a blood atonement that must be paid, America, to the whole world for the death and destruction that you have delivered for 250 years. In the last, we're going to say 75 years, has been the CIA that has been at the forefront of death and destruction and bondage of humanity. Now, I've been transparent. I've told you, if I don't get my gold, that I am going to call judgment on the United States. And the exact thing I told you is that I would bring about an economic collapse. I would flood this fucking place, and I would set it goddamn ablaze and burn you fuckers alive over that gold. That's exactly what I told you I would do. And I want you to understand, I told you, what did I tell you? I said, during an economic collapse, you can look at there's many countries that have been through economic collapse. They sell their daughters and they devour their young. That's what happens. What do you think happens? By 2030, the United States will be $52 trillion in debt. Now, there's a period of judgment. You're in the period of tribulation. God told me I cannot call the debt on the United States until April 8th, 2032. So by that time, you're going to be well into 55 trillion or more. Now, there's things that have been agreed upon behind closed doors, America, that you don't know, but I know because I'm part of the House of Rothschild. CIA, I got the fuck out of you. The House of Rothschilds got the fuck out of you. The House of David got the fuck out of you on this one. You fucking cunts don't know whether to shit or go blind right now. You're in goddamn panic mode right now. And I don't even want to work with you. I don't even trust you anymore because of what you have done to me. You have literally released nanotechnology and frequency-based weapons on me 150 times or more. So do you think that I honestly even trust to come forward to even run for president? Fuck no. I want to be returned to my goddamn Jewish Canaanites. I want to be returned to Israel, where it all began, to gather my goddamn flock, because the Gentiles don't need me. Gentiles, you guys aren't built for walking in the wilderness 40 years. My goddamn Canaanite Jews, they're built for that fucking action. They're like, you know what? Let's go fuck around and find out. So, here's the Paul Harvey on the okie doke. America, I told you that your money is coming, your debt is owed to the House of Rothschild. The House of Rothschild, the notes are held in Israel. I told you, Lord Jacob Rothschild is my father. Beth Rothschild is my sister. Elon Musk is my brother. Guess who Lord Jacob Rothschild and Beth Rothschild left the United States government notes to for the debt to be called? The House of David. I have your debt, America. What do you think happens to a nation that's $55 trillion in debt when a debt is called? Right now, your debt, you can't even pay the interest. It surpassed your gross domestic production, people. It's a matter of time. Now, the agreed upon terms were that the debt would be called at $52 trillion, America, because you're not honoring your debt. You can't even keep up with it right now. I told you, you're a people in bondage. I also told you that you love a slave master. You guys love to fucking sit and cheer around when the slave master's whipping another slave. You guys love it. You love it to death. I told you, break your bonds, and that I was willing to lead you through the wilderness. So, if you want to know what happens, I was the famous remote viewer, Edward Casey. I gave you the map. Edward Casey was from the House of David. Work for the United States government too. I gave you the map. I told you what will happen in the United States. The Madrid fault line runs through fucking Missouri and all that. The Gulf is gonna extend all the way up to the Great Lakes. This country will be split in two. Then I told you that a mighty prophet will rise up out of Babylon that possesses a tongue of fire. The sevenfold angel sets over fire. I've told you that. I also told you that you're in Earth Plane 1 hell. And since you all wish to be attached to the goddamn Luciferian system and remain in hell, the only logical thing in my mind is that I burn you fucking alive. Now, the plot thickens. You're $55 trillion in debt. We'll just call it 50 trillion when I call it. Let's just keep it simple. Fuck it, I'm gonna be specific. You know what I mean? Specifics matter in this instance. America. Specifics matter. We're talking about goddamn money here, and I'm a fucking Jew at heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm a goddamn Simeon. We're gonna talk goddamn numbers, America. There was an agreement, America, with the House of Rothschild that if you could not pay your debt, that per $1 trillion you would convert 5 trillion or 5 billion in acreage. So for every trillion you owe, the House of Rothschild can come to the United States and claim 5 billion in acres. So if you owe 55 trillion when I call the goddamn debt April 8th, 2032, that's 455 billion acres you owe the House of Rothschild, America. Now, I'm a reasonable man. I told you my goddamn Canaanite Jewies, they come from fucking America, you know what I'm saying? They already own fucking southern Florida. And so, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to give me my gold to allow me to buy your people out of bondage, and you don't want to work with me, I'm just going to call the debt that you can't pay. What can you do? Break into my goddamn gold? No, I think not. That gold comes with a death sentence. You know that, CIA. That gold comes with a death sentence. Don't touch it. And so what does that mean, America? Well, I just told you I'm going to split the nation in two. I'm going to create a giant goddamn earthquake and split this goddamn fucking place in two. And then I'm going to just go ahead and claim the eastern half of the United States to the House of David. And I'm going to move my goddamn Canaanite Jews right the fuck back home. They're going to be thrilled to goddamn death living in fucking Florida. That's where the fuck they come from anyways. See, that's what people don't even understand. Though we got light-skinned, we descend from the goddamn Seminole Indians. I got Jacob Rothschild and Beth Rothschild out here. They're goddamn thrilled to death. Everybody's fucking thrilled to death. Inky's up there cheering. I told you, I am the goddamn puppet master. I'm the greatest to ever play the game. You played the goddamn game, America, against the House of Rothschild and the House of David. I told you that Jesus Christ was descended from the House of Rothschild. You guys just chose, you thought you could beat me. You thought you could beat the House of Rothschild. You thought you could beat the goddamn House of David. That's what you thought, CIA. So again, I'm going to just be clear here. There's a couple fucking things going on here. God loves to give two paths, CIA. I tried to be reasonable. I want to buy my people out from bondage. I want to buy the American people out from bondage. I want to honor the debts with China. I want to honor the debts with Saudi Arabia and the other small subsidiaries. I will open God's storehouse to pay that, America. I can clear the House of Rothschild debt like that. But understand, why would I ever clear the debt with the United States when the United States has robbed me? Let me see how many trillions of dollars. $550 trillion is what's in Fort Knox right now. That's mine. And that's what's going to pay your blood atonement, America. But they're robbing me. One more person that's robbing me. What are you going to do, CIA? You're going to sacrifice your own sons and daughters? It won't change anything. I'm going to do exactly what I've always done, which is when God tells me to judge people, I judge them. That's what I do. I'm really good at it because it's really black and white for me. And you motherfuckers, you're making it very easy. You're making it very easy on me. I'm not going to feel bad about it. So you have the option, which I don't even trust anymore, to run for president because you guys have tried to kill me 150 plus times. So I don't really trust that. So the other option, again, is that I return to Israel and I allow you to go to your debt. And when the tribulation is over, instead of giving the American people a tribulation and then a jubilee, I'm going to call your debt, America, and I'm going to collapse your goddamn country. And you'll be selling your sons and daughters just as I goddamn said you would. You'll be eating your goddamn children just as I said you would. And I'm going to pass judgment. I'm going to burn this fucking place to the ground. That's what the fuck I'm going to do. And I'm going to flood part of it with a goddamn giant earthquake. I'm going to goddamn fucking burn part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a great goddamn time, America. And guess what? In the end, America's still clear. I still have the East Coast. And so my goddamn Jewy Canaanites still get to return to Florida. And irregardless, you're going to be a country in such disrepair that irregardless, you've already agreed. You've already agreed to the contract. Per $1 trillion, you'll give $5 billion of acreage, or 5 billion acres. So that's 455 billion acres that you will owe me, the United States government. And I have the debts. They're safely housed in Israel. I have the notes. And so, America, I want you to think long and hard about who's working against you. I'm not. I'm trying to buy you out from bondage. I'm trying to buy you out from bondage. But your own government is so fucked up that they're willing to sacrifice every goddamn American. It's what they're willing to do. I don't even want to be here anymore. God's prophet wishes to return to his home, to his people, to the Canaanite Jews. And see, here's the thing. I have angels everywhere. I have angels everywhere, CIA. Yeah, somebody stopped me, telling me. They always alert me. Earlier, the CIA, when I'd start dropping things on my Facebook page talking about the notes. Which again, Elon Musk is aware of them. Rory from D-Wave's aware of them. There's a whole lot of people that are aware of these things. The Jewish people are aware of them. A whole lot of people are aware that these notes exist and who they're left to. There's specific instructions left to me from Lord Jacob Rothschild that are held in a vault. I got Beth Rothschild saying here, they're actually being held at the chateau in France, the House of Rothschild Chateau in France. The directions are there with the notes, So you could have given me a path to the presidency. Now I don't trust it, America. I told you, they're already trying to assassinate me. Earlier tonight, my angels came and pulled 37 people forward. Now, a bunch of them were Mossad too, but they were double agents working on behalf of the CIA. There were 37 of them. Now I eliminated them. That's who the CIA is. I'm sitting here trying to save the American people. I just want to leave the goddamn Gentiles. But it turns out the Gentiles, you guys just don't want to be fucking led. You love a good slave master. Goddamn Gentiles, you love cheering on a goddamn slave master when it's whipping a motherfucker. I'm just going to be honest with you. And so here we are. Where do we go from here? I don't trust the United States government. You won't give me my goddamn gold. And so all I can do is pass judgment. Well, what are my means? Well, I can make an earthquake. I can flood this motherfucker, split it in half. And then I'm going to claim goddamn, I can burn the bitch down, turn everybody into hot dogs so there's nobody fucking here. Then I can call the goddamn debt and confiscate the goddamn land and take the whole eastern half of the goddamn United States. That's what the fuck I feel like doing. Because again, nobody wants to work with me here. Nobody wants to work with me. I can't even go right now back to goddamn Israel because again, the United States is holding me under bondage, people, from a crime that I didn't even commit. That's why they don't, I told you they all had the proof. The CIA, the FBI all had the proof in the phone records proving my innocence, but not one of them has moved to turn it over. Not one of them has given me the records. Not one of them has given the courts the records. Again, why? Because they wish to keep the Messiah under bondage, people. Which, irregardless, at worst, they've only got me another 11 months. But it's 11 months more than I want to stay in this shithole, because they're trying to kill me every goddamn day, people. That's what the CIA is doing. They actively deploy nanotechnology on me every fucking day, people. They actively, nearly every other goddamn day, deploy goddamn frequency-based weapons. So just understand, America, I'm not the bad guy here. I'm not the one robbing the Messiah. I'm not the one that lies and cheats and steals and thieves from the American people. I'm trying to buy the American people out from fucking bondage. But again, I can only do it if I'm allowed to lead the goddamn American people, and I'm allowed to access the storehouse of God that was left to the fucking Messiah, not the goddamn CIA, not the United States government. They were to protect it on behalf of the Messiah. I'm here, and what are they trying to do? They're trying to kill me. You can't touch the goddamn gold. It comes with a death sentence. So my only option here is to return home to gather my flock. And I'll sit back and I'll watch from God. I'll have about 100 wives. And I'm going to sit from goddamn Israel. And I'm going to watch the goddamn tally ticker keep going up on your trillions. And then when goddamn April 8th, 2032 comes, I'm going to take those notes and I'm going to call that goddamn debt. And you will be selling your goddamn daughters, and you will be eating your fucking young, America. That's what the CIA, that's how much the CIA loves Americans. That's how much the CIA loves America, that they're willing to watch it be flooded and watch it be burned alive. They want to offer you as a sacrifice to Baphomet in hopes to prolong America. But it won't. What will it do? Nothing. Nothing, because I'm going to call the debt. And irregardless, you get passed on judgment and they still have to fork over the goddamn land. So with that, peace and blessings be upon your homes. CIA, fuck you. Goddamn House of Rothschild and House of David outsmarted all you dirty cocksuckers.